how y'all doing today? It's Kevin. I got another little project here I'm going to work on. I use this DeWalt sander a lot, and it takes a little just a square pad on here, and I want to be able to cut these pads the same size each time. So I want to make a sandpaper cutter for this thing. Now I think I paid like $7 for I think maybe 15 sheets of this, but I could get a whole box of this 3M. I get 15 sheets of this in here for about $9 or $10. Now if I cut this into 4 pieces, they actually fit perfectly on this sander. So I can get 4 times the amount for just a couple dollars more. So I'm going to make a sandpaper cutter, and I thought maybe you guys would like to see how it was made. It's not something that's not uncommon, because I've seen people make them before, but I thought I'd make a little video and put it on YouTube so other people can see it. So let's get to it. Okay, alright, in this sandpaper cutter, what you're going to need is a hacksaw blade. That's actually going to be what cuts our sandpaper. Hacksaw blade. We're going to need a couple screws, a couple washers, a tape measure, and a square, marker, and screwdriver, and a drill. We're going to drill a couple little holes. What I want to do on this thing is, I know that my sandpaper sheets here are 11 inches. I think they're 9 by 11. They're 9 inches by 11 inches. So what I want to do is, on my board here, I want to start my first, I want to mark right here on our first one. This is going to be our 5. We're going to cut it at 5.5 inches. So we want to cut it in half, so half of 11 is 5.5. So we're going to cut it right here on this mark right here. This thing right. We're going to cut it right here. We're going to mark it right here. This is our first mark right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to our 5.5, which is right here. I'll make a couple marks on here. 5.5. We're going to take our square. We'll go across this with our square. Maybe. We'll make a mark at 5.5. And I want to mark this. I'll just put a line down through here. A line down through here, and we'll put 5.5, just so everybody knows that's 5.5 inches. And then what I want to do is I'm going to come down from that line 4.5 inches. So I'll measure from that line down 4.5. And I'll make another straight line across this. Okay. Then we'll make a line from here, just say here to here. It's 4.5. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill 2 holes in this board. I'm going to put this blade on here. I'm going to drill 2 holes in that line. I'm going to drill one here, and we're going to take a couple washers. And in order to get your sandpaper underneath of that blade, you need a couple washers on there. So what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and drill a couple holes, get a couple holes drilled, and we'll get this blade mounted on. Okay, now we got a couple of holes in there. We'll take our washers and set our washers over top of these. Now, when you put your hacksaw blade on, I'm right-handed. Okay, so I'm going to put the teeth facing to the left. I want the teeth facing out this way, because normally when I would grab my sandpaper, I'll probably grab it with my right hand and pull, and my teeth are pointing that way. Now if you was left-handed, you may want to turn your blade over and face your teeth to the right, because you would probably grab it and pull it this way. So I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to have my teeth facing to the left. Then I'll just put my screws in here. Okay, now that we got our screws in, let's get a piece of sandpaper here and see if we can cut it up. Alright, the first one we're going to do will be the long one, because it's not going to fit in this way. It's just too long, it's not going to fit. So just take it, slide it backwards so your sandpaper's down, and then just take it and pull up. Instead of using a pair of scissors now, this thing's going to cut it for us. Then bring it down to your line on this side, and then just pull it up. And you should have two nice pieces of sandpaper. And just keep doing that. And so every sheet, one sheet out of there, you're going to get 4 of these pads that'll work on the bottom of your sander. 4 of these out of 1. So I'll end up with 60 of these for around $10, where I was paying $7 for 15 sheets. So that's the little sandpaper cutter. Not much to it, but it works, and nice to have in the garage. Doesn't have to be just for, you know, this sander. If you need a smaller piece of sandpaper and you need it cut, just take it in there and pull it up. Then you got some smaller pieces of sandpaper to use by hand, however you want to do it. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed the little sandpaper cutter. Wanted to tell everybody thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe or leave me thumbs up, thumbs down, or leave me a comment if you want. Until next time, we're still making sandpaper.